Hey, good evening and welcome to the People's Business. I'm Andy Thornhill, and the hot topic tonight, the state of West Indies cricket. Some would say, well, it's in shambles, and perhaps the very core and fabric of the sport as we know it in the Caribbean certainly threatened as the contractual dispute between the West Indies Cricket Board and the players' representatives, WIPA, continues. So where does it end? How will it be solved? How much longer will it go on? And some of us continue to get nightmares over the state of West Indies cricket. Even the mediation efforts by the eminent Sir Sridhar Rampal has failed. What's the next step? Only on Friday, the CARICOM subcommittee on cricket met to discuss the issue and came up with some recommendations. So that's the point we're at while the West Indies official team is in South Africa preparing for the ICC Champions Trophy. I'm sure we'll have some relevant points coming from our guest tonight. Conde Riley, the first Vice President of the Barbados Cricket Association, former West Indies Cricket Board Director, noted cricket journalist Keith Holder, and counsel for WIPA, Donna Symmonds. We'll be back in just a minute to discuss the state of West Indies cricket.
MCTV customers are reminded that disconnections are done on the 15th of each month. Customers are advised to settle any outstanding arrears before this date to avoid any disruption of service. MCTV thanks you for your cooperation. MCTV, more channels, more choice.
Welcome back to People's Business. I'm Andy Thornhill. The topic again, the state of West Indies cricket. And of course, depending on where you sit on this issue, your views obviously would be very, very different, perhaps from A to Z. Very, very different, depending, like I said, on how much as well you know of the issues. From a layman's viewpoint, I guess it's, when you hear contractual dispute, perhaps you think first and foremost about money. It's all about money. The players are greedy, they want more money, etc. Is it only about money? Is it about intellectual rights, imaging, etc.? First question for you, Donna. What is the core of this impasse for WIPA? What are they focusing on? What do they want most out of these discussions?
Well, interestingly, I think that both the West Indies Cricket Board and the West Indies Players Association have identified that team rights is perhaps the biggest issue coming out of the mediation that was recently held. Did not succeed, but certainly it at least determined between the parties what the primary issue at hand is. And it has been confirmed to be the question of team rights. What are team rights? I really should have prefaced my comments by saying good evening to you and to everyone here on the panel, and of course to everyone listening and watching us. So that is the issue, and I think both sides think that this thing needs to be arbitrated. It also touches on a number of other issues that have been identified. And the view, I think, of both parties is that if we can have a definitive judgment on what are the nature of team rights, what are these team rights, and what are the nature of the team rights, and how are they to be applied, if we can say definitively both sides are happy going forward, knowing what someone judicially in a position to give a definitive judgment on what that person views as team rights and how they should be applied, I think that both parties would be in a much better position to move forward.
I guess the average cricket person who follows cricket would be saying, but we've been here before. We've been at this point before. Where is it recurring? Why are we still tussling over these sort of issues? Why haven't we found a definitive position?
Well, I don't know that we've been at this point before. We were at a point with contracts previously that related to personal endorsement rights,